Millions of children get sick each year, many of them in isolated, rural communities where medical care is not readily available. In New Zealand, a land covering over 269,000 square kilometers with a mostly rural population, receiving that care can sometimes be very difficult. In Auckland, a small team of dedicated professionals has started New Zealand Telepaediatric Service to make sure every child gets the care they need, no matter where they are. With the help of Polycom and Polycom's partner ASNA Technologies, New Zealand Telepaeds is using some of the most advanced telecommunications equipment in the world.
Well, we recognised back in the late 90s that delivering care for children around the country was a matter of equity of access. And if you live in a small centre around New Zealand, you may have very good specialists, but they may not be trained specifically in some really subspecialty areas, or you might live in a remote area where you don't have a specialist available. So we thought some form of medical video conferencing or telemedicine would improve the access of children around New Zealand to care. So what we've been able to do is put in this entire network around the country, and we now have every paediatric centre in New Zealand connected for routine telemedicine connections.
We have a lot of education, there's a lot of teaching involved, a lot of clinical team-to-team meetings where a clinical team in one city will meet with a team in another, and they will discuss a patient, the best way to treat that patient for a better outcome. Also, when it's education, it could be a visiting speaker. I think we've had one of those today. And also we can have a regular update of paediatric specialties, advice, as well as events that have happened.
Yeah, our paediatrician very kindly organised a video conference with the specialist from Auckland, and we were able to, basically speak face to face with him, whereas otherwise we would have had to travel up there. So it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, yeah, we found it ideal.
Dislocation from family and friends is harder than for an adult. For a child, having your friends around you or your family is obviously going to help you get better. If you have to travel 4 or 5 hours or be away from your family for a few days, that's not going to help your benefit. It's not going to benefit your health recovery. If you can just travel to a local centre and get that same care, it's going to be better for the child.
This video conference has benefited our family hugely in the way that we haven't had to travel up to Auckland and organise the children getting up there, and the expense of doing all that, the disruption to family life. It's just been huge, really. Wonderful.
Well, we've been able to use the system that's just behind me and install one of these video conference units into the family home, and we can directly connect from hospital to home. That provides the additional support for the family, but also support for the local healthcare professionals.
Younger people seem to enjoy the technology a lot more than the older people. Nowadays, with cell phones, instant messaging and computers, kids, it's nothing to them. Seeing themselves on a TV screen is no problem. Older people often say they don't want to see themselves, or they get a control in their hand and they're a bit worried about, I suppose, looking silly and not being able to use it. Kids don't have that problem.
It was weird because I knew he could see me, I could see him. Didn't know what I looked like or how I looked.
We really think this is about quality of care. It's about equity of access and quality of care, but we do also know that it does save costs. So, in two ways. Some children won't need to travel because you enhance the capability of the carers at the other end. Other children, when the local medical and nursing staff seek advice, you can recommend that they actually do travel and get appropriate, timely care. Both of those things save costs.
So if your child gets sick in a small town like Gore, New Zealand, or in a thriving city like Auckland, your child will receive the medical attention they need thanks to video conferencing solutions brought to you by Polycom. After all, kids just want to be kids.